The United States is in its descent. It's really kind of going straight down. I hope you in Canada are listening because you're about to border the third world. That's going to be us. The Collapse America zealots are, in fact, winning the war of attrition. A Marxist society requires that borders be dissolved, and that is happening right now. I don't need hyperbole. This is not the TV sitcom version where we are introduced to a family trying to make a better life for themselves in America, and whichever characters reject the idea or cast in a bad light, only to have at some point in the episode a child give a speech about hopes and dreams that wins over those characters that were opposed. And by the end of the half hour, we all feel good about this new citizen family or something like that. Yesterday on this program, I told you that 8,000 people crossed the border illegally in one day, and that was a record. Today, that number is 10,000. Pretty soon, it will be 20,000 per day, and there's no end in sight. That number will rise. There is no way that we can maintain our quality of life that we have built here when another 20 million people cross the border illegally. We literally just came out of a pandemic and a lockdown, and our debt's over $33 trillion, and the deficit this year will be $2 trillion. You know, our gas prices are rising again. Inflation is still high. And here's a tweet from the Border Patrol Union. From September 1st through 20th, the Biden administration ordered the release of more than 100,000 illegal border crashers, enough to double the population of cities like Yuma, Arizona. Think about what Biden is doing to this country with his out-of-control border policies. How many millions more? 470,000 illegals just got work authorization from the Biden administration. How he did that legally, I have no idea. Chicago, we're always talking about New York. Chicago just signed a contract to spend $29 million for a migrant tent city. We're not getting homeless Americans into shelter. This is for non-citizens. And these people are not asylum seekers. Is there some revolution or partisan cleansing with executions that we don't know about in our hemisphere or anywhere for that matter? Something like that going on where the only safe country would be the United States? No. People are traversing 5, 6, 7 countries to get here because the word is out. Rush the border and get free stuff. And stupid Americans like you will pay for it. We're paying for migrants to live in 5-star hotels here. The Democrats are moving heaven and earth not to secure the border or enforce the law, but to swiftly move to amnesty and voting. I want you to look at this. Biden is also giving out IDs. Great. IDs. IDs. Free IDs for the migrants. That's how they're going to get jobs, and get homes, and what have you. Trying to get answers from Karine Jean-Pierre is just a waste of time.
There was footage yesterday of Border Patrol cutting some of the razor wire that Texas had installed. Governor Abbott has vowed to reinstall it. They have his border czar has pictures of people taking fresh razor wire out to the border to reinstall it. Is there now a federal policy of removing the barriers that Texas is installing?
So here's what I'll say. I would have to look into that. I did see those reports yesterday, but as it relates to Governor Abbott, we know what he has done these past couple of years while this president has been in office. He's turned this, when it comes to the border, he's turned this into a political stunt. And that's what he's done over and over again. That's what I can speak to. I did see those reports. I would have to go back and get a sense from the team and give you an answer on that.
Right. It's a political stunt. This administration has literally thrown the border open. And now 10,000 people cross in one day. But Abbott trying to secure the border in Texas is some kind of political stunt. So what happens when Karine Jean-Pierre is asked about that 10,000?
Thanks, Green. So what do you call it? here at the White House when 10,000 people illegally crossed the border in a single day.
So what do you call it, Peter, when GOP puts forth wait, no, you can't.
Green?
I'm answering. Okay, we're going to move
You're
on.
answering
No,
the question with a question? Okay.
no, we're moving on.
Green,
Moving.
please.
In the back. Go ahead.
You said you were stopping the flow at the border.
No. I tried to answer, Peter, I tried to answer the question. You stopped me. Let's go.
So there was footage yesterday.
This is the White House press spokesperson. You press her for the answer, and she plays that little game. She does it every time. And no, we're moving on. Our own Julio Rosas from over at Town Hall shot this video. Take a look at this. Yep, just walking in, single file line, military-age males. No women and children to be found. That's just one of many videos. But Hakeem Jeffries, the House Minority Leader, says this administration is doing all that it can do.
I think the Biden administration is doing all that it can in that they inherited a broken system that needs to be fixed moving forward in a bipartisan way through comprehensive immigration reform and leaning in to strengthening the border in a manner consistent with our values, both as a nation of immigrants and as a nation anchored in the rule of law.
So, open borders. Here's Chuck Schumer.
We celebrate President Biden taking executive action to create the American Climate Corps. As you know, last August, we passed the Inflation Reduction Act, the largest climate investment in history ever by a long shot. We need to make sure that we're specifically reaching disadvantaged and minority communities that have been traditionally ignored and overlooked, as new climate-related disasters occur almost on a weekly basis. Well, what's the answer to that? The American Climate Corps will do just that. The jobs created by the American Climate Corps is going to offer a pathway so that people can get into the middle class and stay there. We believe in ladders so that people can climb up and then establish themselves with a good life. We have a once-in-a-generation opportunity to meet that moment.
So we're going to create some fake jobs program that's going to check all the wokey boxes, spend billions of dollars. That's the number one priority. We're going to create middle-class jobs with the Climate Corps. It's just going to be... When they say the immigration system's broken, it's not. Just because more people are placing demand on it than it can sustain. And there's no such thing as a law that we only enforce if we can get everybody all at once. What do you want us to do? Round them all up? You know, if 20, 30 million people just didn't pay their taxes, they'd hire 87,000 IRS agents. You would never say, well, you know what? We don't know how many people might be driving with alcohol in their system from coast to coast on a given Friday night, but we might suspend the Constitution and have a checkpoint or something like that to find them, you know, where you're guilty until proven innocent. The non-citizen is getting all of the attention right now. Tent cities, hotel rooms, food programs, all free of charge, IDs, work permits. We're not getting Americans off the streets. We're not housing homeless veterans. We've sent the world a message. Get to the United States, and the stupid American taxpayer who's about to have their country collapse around them will pay for you. And do you think these people even care where it's all coming from? Of course not. If you want out of some Central American hellhole and you hear that Biden's giving away hotel rooms, I hear the pools are nice, then you're going to make your way to the United States. 10,000 is going to turn to 20,000, and it's going to be 30,000 a day before this is all over. This is not exaggeration. We just went from 8 to 10, and the numbers are not slowing down. People here, it's free in America, just not for the Americans. Unfortunately, one too many Republicans will go very weak. Once these people have been there too long, what do you want us to do? We can't kick them all out. I guess we should let them vote, right? No. Sorry, Canada, you're about to border the third world.